Hey, man, other hand now. Other hand. Put it out there. Give me your hand. I'm going to fly on your stomach. Fly on your stomach. Flat on your stomach. Flat on your stomach. Roll over. Do it now. Get on your stomach. Do it now. Negative. Negative. Wake up.
Michael Ramos! Michael Ramos! Michael Ramos!
There have been several high-profile deaths of people in Texas law enforcement custody that have come to light in 2020. Each time someone dies under those circumstances, the agency detaining that person must file what's called a custodial death report within 30 days with the Texas Attorney General's office. It's available for the public on the AG's website. Entries for more than 13,000 names, stretching decades from fatal police shootings to inmates dying in prison or jail, like Herman Titus. This 21-year-old man died back in 2017 in his Travis County jail cell. We later interviewed his mother, Demisha Burns, who was finding difficulty obtaining information in his case, just to learn more about how and why he died.
Like, my heart hurt so bad. I was so angry, so mad, so upset. Like, I was feeling 1,001 emotions. I cried every night, cried myself to sleep. I really felt like, you know, like I gotta go the rest of my life not knowing what really happened to my kid. And I'm supposed to get over it. I'm supposed to move on.
See, Travis County used an open records loophole to keep most information about Titus's death from the public. But we found a backdoor way to get that evidence. Video and photos of the wreck that got Titus arrested after the car he was driving fell 30 feet from the highway. Medical records showing how severe his pain really was at the hospital. Video of him complaining how he was hurting as he was transported to jail.
Yeah, see about you up, but I'm still gonna try to leave it loose on you so you don't have to touch it, alright?
And more records detailing pain consistently over the next few weeks, plus video showing him wheeled to the medical unit, and reports documenting him talking about numbness in his fingertips the day he died. Records show he refused treatment. He didn't want to wait, even though staff was aware of what he'd been through.
Try and get in.
Come right here, come right here.
Not long after, he collapsed in his cell.
I just gave another round of epi.
And never recovered. The state investigated, no one was disciplined. And in the end, the medical examiner's report said it was a natural death, brought on by heart disease and high blood pressure. That was an explanation his mother never believed.
I don't understand why there's a homicide detective at my front door telling me my son died. It just didn't seem right. Just something about it didn't seem right.
But more than 3 years later, his custodial death report online still said the cause of death and autopsy were pending. Travis County had not updated the report like it was supposed to do. In reviewing the database, we found Titus's case was one of 2 in the past 5 years Travis County failed to update. Statewide, that number grows to 128 in that same time frame. Why is this important? Well, sometimes this is the only way the public can find the most basic information about a death in custody. It's about transparency, but that's not all. We found 372 other cases where Texas law enforcement agencies submitted the report later than 30 days after a person's death, as the law requires, including 5 in Travis County. And in our research, we have yet to find a single person held accountable for breaking this aspect of the law. The AG's office tells us it's not their responsibility, and so far county prosecutors who would enforce the law don't appear to be making any moves either.
When we told you about what we had discovered, what did you think?
It really highlights the need for to change the law, whether it's through the Attorney General's office or to ensure that our local district attorneys are enforcing the law that requires that report to be done within 30 days.
The Travis County Jail is in State Representative Eddie Rodriguez's House District. And now that he's learned about the problems with the reports statewide, he's looking at potential legislation to give the law more teeth.
This legislative session, it's ripe for change.
There's a lot about our criminal justice a system that we have to update, to reform. It's important for the public to understand what's going on.
Hello, my name is Demisha Burns. I'm for this bill. I mean, at this point of my grieving process, it's just a lot of anger. I don't see how a 21-year-old healthy kid who ain't never had no heart problems can just fall dead. Just the basic information should be enough.
Demisha Burns testified last legislative session in favor of a bill that would have eliminated that loophole preventing her easy access to details about her son's death. And she says she wants to work on fixing the custodial death report law in the upcoming session too.
For that information to come out, it would have just helped me maybe go through my grievance a little better, than what I've been through, because the last 3-4 years have been hard on me. It's been really hard on me trying to move past this.
Since we pointed out the discrepancies to the Travis County Sheriff's Office, the agency tells us that it has notified appropriate staff of their duties, and we see it's updated all of the missing information in its reports, including the case of Herman Titus. We take a closer look at this family's case and police transparency problems across Texas in a new season of our Catalyst podcast, plus an in-depth analysis of this issue, including data features for you to explore. Just go to deadincustody.com. This week, public information advocates got one step closer to seeing greater transparency from Texas police, especially when it comes to people who die in their custody. We first told you how hundreds of times in recent years those agencies have filed those reports either late or incomplete, leaving questions for the public about what really happened. Since we brought that problem to his attention last fall, Austin Representative Eddie Rodriguez has been working on legislation to give the Attorney General's office more teeth to hold police agencies breaking that law accountable. This week, his bill was filed. It gives the AG's office the ability to investigate when they receive a complaint an agency has not followed the law. They can issue a notice, and if the death reports still aren't fixed, it can come with a fine of at least $1,000 a day, sometimes more. The AG can sue to get that money, which would then go to the state's Crime Victims Compensation Fund. The bill is now awaiting an assignment to a House committee for a hearing. Another police transparency measure we're watching is actually stemming from something we've been investigating for 3 years. How Texas police can choose to permanently withhold public information if someone dies in their custody, something known as the dead suspect loophole. In the past week, we saw Representative Joe Moody's bill filed to close that loophole, along with aiming to create a public database for use of force reports, requiring the release of video of critical incidents like officer-involved shootings and deaths in custody within 60 days of the incident, except in certain circumstances, making requests for body camera video simpler, and preventing sustained disciplinary records from being hidden in an officer's personnel file, among other items addressed in the legislation. Moody's similar bills in the past 2 sessions have failed, facing opposition from powerful police unions. But with such a focus in the past year nationwide on protests over policing, supporters hope that these police transparency measures have a greater chance of making it to the governor's desk this session.
Now an update to our Dead and Undone investigation from the state capitol. It comes as the nation is focused on people dying in police custody following this week's guilty verdicts against the ex-police officer in the death of George Floyd. Today, Texas lawmakers considered a bill that would help ensure such deaths are reported to the state in a more accurate and timely manner. Under current law, police agencies that fail to properly submit a custodial death report to the Texas Attorney General are supposed to face a misdemeanor and possible jail time. But our team discovered hundreds of cases in recent years where agencies have filed those reports late or incompletely, and no one is enforcing the punishment for breaking the law. Under House Bill 2901, authored by Austin Democratic State Representative Eddie Rodriguez, the Attorney General's office would have the authority to issue notices and fines and even sue police agencies that do not follow the law. KXAN investigator Josh Hinkle testified before the committee today, expressing the challenges this issue creates for the public in knowing what happened when someone dies in police custody.
From our reporting, we know a custodial death report is an extremely important document for journalists and the families of people who have died in custody. It's also one of the few readily accessible public records detailing what happened in the event of a death. We're hopeful for a solution to further transparency and accountability.
The bill now awaits a committee vote before heading to the full House for further consideration.
I'm going to keep the hope alive. I'm going to hope that eventually this bill do get passed. Because, I get that they're just trying to cover themselves from any costly accountability. But at the end of the day, like, either you're going to have to pay for it one way or another. I just want to thank you. This has been a great journey. And I appreciate everything that you and KXAN has done for me to get the truth. I highly appreciate it. It has helped me with a lot of what I've been going through. And I'm getting better.
This fourth season of Catalyst, a Texas mother demanding answers.
The only information that they had is that he went into a seizure inside his cell.
Cities do everything in their power to hide information from families who are victims of custodial deaths.
It's become almost stylish to automatically assume law enforcement is wrong in any given situation.
New episodes of the national award-winning Catalyst podcast are available now.